this year. What's different this time around about Northwestern than it was the first time you played them?
Well, Bowie's in the lineup, and he's an extremely talented, athletic guard who can really do it and hurt you in three different ways. He's really good in the ball screen. He's really good without a screen because he's creative with the ball. He's got extremely deep range, and he's a guy that plays with a burst. He's got a tremendous burst of speed, and that gives him an opportunity to beat a defender, force two to help, and then he can spray to shooters. So that's different, this is a team that defensively is solid. I like their team. They get into gaps. Chris does an unbelievable job. They have been Ryan Young is improved. Is playing much better than he was early. Typical growth for a young guy. Jones, the other interior guy, I really like. He's a motored up guy, plays extremely hard. So, this is a team that is continuing to work and continuing to get better, both individually and as a team, and that's a tribute to Chris.
And I said you guys might get them a little more ready to go for road games. What's kind of gone into that ability to kind of bring it a little more on the road than some of these home matches?
Oh, I think the one thing is we've stressed it. It's something we've talked about since the spring is figuring out how to win on the road in this league and figuring out how to every game's. To me, there's a certain mindset maybe that you have to have. It's us against the world type on the road, but I think it's about playing the game, and whether you're home or on the road, you play for 40 minutes. You play as hard as you can. You try to execute and do those things. But it's something we've talked about a lot since the spring is being able to be a good basketball team and win games on the road.
What does it say about this group that they've really kind of embraced that mentality?
Well, they follow one of my two rules. I got two rules, be on time and listen. So maybe they're listening a little bit and buying in, and we got some experience, and even though we're a young team age-wise, and there's some experience there. Guys have a little more comfort being on the road and know what each facility looks like and know what those atmospheres are like. So, with that maybe comes a little bit of confidence.
I bring that up back in the spring, in the summer. Were you just trying to put it in their head, or is there anything you guys were doing to prepare for that at that point?
A little of both. I mean, those were the changes that had to be implemented on the defensive side. With change, we needed a reason, an explanation, and that was it. It was trying to prepare to win and not being out-toughed and not being trying to make fewer mistakes. Those are things that you have to do to win on the road and win in postseason play. So, all those things were involved.
I know Georgie's been struggling the last couple games. Is there anything specifically you can do to try to get him out of his slump?
Yeah, tell him to keep playing really hard. And that's, the game comes back to you. The game finds you. And when you work as hard as Georgie, I got in here at 6:45. I don't even know what day we played, Monday. I got in here at 6:45 Tuesday morning, and I heard the balls bouncing at 10 to 8. And it was Georgie in here with managers working on his game. And the thing is so impressive with Georgie, even though he's struggling, if you watch our bench, which we keep a camera on our bench during games, I mean, he's the first one up cheering. He's the first one up slapping a high five. What an unbelievable teammate he is. The game finds its way back to you. And when you do those things, and it will come for Georgie.